This is the first one.
The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. He's got Lewis. So he got 3 in 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally had some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before it was spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Go now. Can't you stop? Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Manning now on 1st down. Gets this one to Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jerry Rice, 61 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Well, Charles, as this offense comes out here, let's talk about the AFC Championship game coming up. Kansas City hosting Tennessee. The Chiefs the winner over the Texans in the divisional round. But even before they took the field, they got a surprise gift on Saturday night with those Titans winning in Baltimore to set up the unexpected matchup.
But sometimes a gift isn't exactly a gift because they went from thinking they had to chase around Lamar Jackson to having to fortify themselves against Derrick Henry and the 250 pounds of man coming out and running the football. That run defense that got better as the season went on, it will get severely tested in this one.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen.
This is caught inside the 15. So 2 quarters down, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run it here with Smith. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Smith. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working from the gun. Manning. That one complete to Hill. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for him, too.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well. And you would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry, to the all-pro running back. Henry ends up being a second-team guy, but McCaffrey deserves being first-team running back as well as first-team flex. He had a tremendous, spectacular year.
And as you might imagine, Baltimore leads the way 5. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Faster than I do. Looks pretty fast.
Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a two-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, a dump underneath to Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Still 1st down.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
You got three down.
Here's Rodgers. nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Andre Branch in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. Jones has it. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. Now Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and they will set up shop at their own 4. One-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but... And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jair Alexander.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. On first down, Rodgers. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning eluding the pressure right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Manning going to throw. Forced out to his left. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result... They're going to have to give up the football.
158.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Toward the center of the field, but it's in. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. This is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jake Kumaro, 27 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
91.
Manning looking to throw it. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep, and this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tyreek Hill, 44 yards. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. Dawson tacks on the point after, and the lead is up to 15 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any...
Slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it, blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Lambeau. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember meeting him when he was playing at Cal, and I remember walking away thinking, instead of having Rodgers stitched on the back of his jersey, it should just say confidence, because that's how he felt about his own abilities and his ability to elevate a team.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. The 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, 63 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
As Baltimore makes their way back out here, Charles, I'll ask you the question everybody is asking about Baltimore. Are they the team to beat in the playoffs? They sure look like it. They haven't lost since September 29th. 12 wins in a row to finish the season, and now they face the Titans.
And who did they lose on September 29th? Who did they lose to?
The Browns.
Hard to believe, isn't it? And they got run out of the stadium that day. So that was their last clunker. You mentioned it, 12 straight wins to finish the season. Number 1 in offense, number 1 in rushing, number 3 in defense, and they hit your quarterback an awful lot. And the best part about their game is that their quarterback, Lamar Jackson, is no longer just a one-dimensional running type of a quarterback. He can hurt.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 66 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the... And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he is taken down right at the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Bruce Ellington. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Here we go. 30 base.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. 1st quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. On the ground, this is Smith. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. Into the red zone now. Manning. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from the 20, and the Ravens have taken the lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Charles, this Green Bay team, they're going to get the football back here, but as they do that, it's maybe the quietest 13-3 season in recent memory. The losses to the Eagles, Chargers, and 49ers, and that's it. They will get a tough challenge against Seattle in the wild card game. But what do they need to do if they're going to get Aaron Rodgers his 2nd shot at a Super Bowl?
Continue to do a lot of what they did during the season. You're right. It was a quiet, almost unsettling 13-3 because most of the teams that they beat walked away thinking, we can beat that Packers team. And Aaron Rodgers himself said, hey, if you want to call it ugly, that's fine. I'll take 13-3 ugly. But all year long, they actually rode the running game. Aaron Jones, and now they're going to give him more carries in the playoffs. They wanted to make sure he got to the end of the regular season. He'll get more carries, more catches, and you saw that big game he had catching against Kansas City during the season. The defense with the Smith brothers, Zadarius and Preston, they get after the quarterback. If they can prevent people from running the football against them and keep those 5 and 6 DBs on the field, Green Bay could be dangerous on that side of the ball. And at some point, I expect Aaron Rodgers to be Aaron Rodgers and have a big game in the playoffs.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. A throw over the middle, taken in. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 39 yards there, a big one. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham with his second touchdown here in this first half. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is now 2. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Again, it's Manning. And that is caught for the 2 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learn that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, It almost doesn't matter. And right now he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
Now he's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
This is a real lift for a defense. It's been a long drive, and you're starting to drag a little bit out there. Been pushed back, and now instead of caving in, here's the play you were waiting for. And the interception means that long drive is going to yield nothing for the offense.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Able to slither by. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Freeman again, a first down carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and 1, Manning. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. That's it for the first. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.